Welcome to Talk
Before we
Local,
get
a
started.
10-part Zoomcast series presented in collaboration with the Swift Current and District Chamber of Commerce and the City of Swift Current. Each day for 10 days, I'm talking to someone from the Swift Current business community about their business. Today, I'd like to welcome Janaea Mann, the store operator and partner of Pharmasave Swift Current. Hi, Janaea.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Yeah, really well, thank you.
Great. So to get us started, can you share a little bit about your business?
Sure. So as most people in the community know, because we've been around a really long time, since 1964, we run a very bustling drugstore, which is more like a general store for our community. We offer many services inside of our business, all the way cosmetics, all the regular things you'd find in a drugstore. So your regular, over-the-counter medications, as well as like deodorant, toothpaste, all those things you'd normally expect to find, but we have a lot of extras. So really great giftware, beautiful clothing, some wonderful jewelry, a lot of local lines to really increase that local love. We have like a grocery section, and then we also have a post office in our store, which helps serve the community as well. And we have a great little Starbucks in our store too, which was the very first Starbucks in Swift Current, and is actually owned by us as well. So it is a local business in this community as well, and just that nice sweet treat that kind of brought the big city feel to a small town. And then last but not least, we have a really bustling dispensary. I have a team of 14 pharmacists, and 12 technicians and assistants that work really hard to provide premium healthcare in Southwest Saskatchewan. And as you know, we're open from 8 a.m. till midnight on weekdays, 9 a.m. till midnight on weekends, and we're open 365 days a year. So if anybody wants to say hi, I'll be here on Christmas Day. Come on down. I'd be glad to see your face and wish you a Merry Christmas.
So you guys certainly have a little bit of something for everyone at your shop, and it sounds like you'll be there right through the holiday season.
Yeah, we're open every day. We feel like people don't just get sick on regular days of the week. People need healthcare every single day, and so we're committed to making sure that we're available when people really need us. And we have like a huge staff. We have about 80 people on our staff, which is really great economically for the community, but also it allows us to, really fill those long hours that we're open every day because we have a lot of staff that are available to work.
So, given all of that, this year in particular has certainly been different. And I think different's probably an understatement. So, can you talk a little bit about how 2020 was from the perspective of your business and what were some of the biggest challenges that you guys faced?
Sure. I mean, 2020, I know everybody had all these big plans and dreams and hopes, where I heard people planning 20 adventures in 2020. And I think it was a year that taught us all a new perspective for life in general. And I know that it did that in our business as well. We were very early adapters of masking. We started wearing masks back in March already because um, we never were closed at all during the pandemic. It's part, we are considered essential as an essential business. Pharmacists are essential healthcare providers. And so we were open, we never closed a single day. We were required actually by the government to remain open and continue to provide the care and service that our community and our patients needed. I think one of the biggest challenges that we faced was not just keeping the community calm and letting them know that we were going to be here to take care of them throughout and no matter what happened, but also to keep our team feeling protected and safe. And really, that began really early. We put plexiglass up before the schools even closed. We, really wanted to put those barriers in place to make sure that not just our staff was safe, but also the community, because obviously we're in touch with many people every single day, And we didn't want to be that vector that might, pass it on to a lot of people in a really short time. So we wanted to get those pieces in place really quickly to make sure that we would do our part to keep the community safe. Um, we had hand sanitizer stands in our store even prior to this. We actually got them when the SARS outbreak originally happened back in, I think it was 2013-ish. So we've had them all along, and it's something that, we just believe in, whether it's like vaccination for the regular flu, or hand sanitization, or like all of the pieces that we put in place to help prevent spread of communicable diseases. So we were on board from that right at the very start, and just made sure that we were doing our part to keep the community safe, getting the word out there about the true things about the pandemic, also to dispel the myths that were being spread around, because a lot of people weren't quite sure that what they were reading was the truth. And in lots of cases, we know there was things out there that weren't true that were being spread around. So, people really look to us as healthcare professionals to be the expert in situations like that. And so we're often calling, looking for our advice on what to do. We also, I, you're probably going to ask me these questions later, but we set up opportunities for people to not have to come in the store quite early on too. We wanted to make sure they knew that, just like we have for the past over 50 years that we've been open, we offer free delivery of our medications. And so we wanted people to just remember that that service was available to them. And we do have specified and designated spots in our parking lot that are for curbside pickup. So we wanted to just make sure that people remembered that we had those services available to them if they weren't comfortable coming out. And then also, I mean, in a pharmacy, you often deal with people that are compromised, immunocompromised, and a little bit more vulnerable to exposure to germs. So we wanted to make sure they knew that they didn't have to come in, that we were happy to take care of them in other means, and we had plenty of options for them to still get the care that they needed.
Yes, so definitely in this year especially, lots of people have been worried about shopping in person and being able to do that safely. So it sounds like you've got a lot of options available for customers who maybe don't want to shop in person. And you touched on as well some of the different adaptations that you've made to help with protecting your clients. That being said, are there any other measures that you guys have taken in regards to making sure that you're following all those restrictions relating to COVID?
Absolutely. I mean, our company takes this very seriously. We have briefings every single week about what we need to do to keep it fresh in mind so that people don't get the like COVID fatigue that they talk about and like not do the required cleanings. We keep logs of every single time we're cleaning. We take temperatures of our team every single morning and before they leave every day. That's all logged. Because we want to make sure that we're safe in serving the community as well. I know I mentioned the plexiglass. We have that up in every single spot where there's customer interaction, one-on-one customer interaction in the store. And then like we do provide personal shopping too. So if somebody, has a long list of things that they need or wishes, we have somebody that can like walk around the store with them and just make sure that they can get every single thing they need. And then that delivery piece, delivering right to their homes, and we have the option of just leaving it in their mailbox if they don't even want to have that interaction. So we've done as much as we can to prevent or like minimize the touch points for customers, and also not make them feel like they're a chore for needing those special services. It's part of the care and love that we provide for our community, and we're just really grateful to have all the great community support that we do have.
Yeah, you guys have certainly stepped up to make sure that everyone is able to stay safe while they use your business. So you were just
Just
leading
one more
into it a
thing.
little bit there that we often hear. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I guess one more thing I should add is that we worked really hard from the very beginning to source personal protective equipment so that people would be able to come in and have access to hand sanitizer, masks, visors, all of the things that our community needed to keep themselves safe, because we still have to go out sometimes, like that. It's almost impossible to never go out, whether you need to go visit your doctor or you need to go get groceries or gas for your car, whatever it is. We wanted people to have um, those pieces available to them, and they were extremely hard to source at the beginning of the pandemic. And we worked like tirelessly. Like I'm telling you that we worked like from early in the morning till late in the evening trying to source those things and make sure that our community had access to them, even though it was limited of where you could find those pieces.
Wow, you guys certainly stepped up for the community to make sure that we are all prepared and able to deal with living in our COVID reality. Um, as we look at this from a business perspective, one of the terms that kind of gets tossed around, especially at this time, is support local. So, what does support local mean to you and to your business?
Yeah, I mean, we like I don't know if you've driven by our building lately, but we have huge letters in the windows that say local love in there. And we, at the beginning of the pandemic, when we knew that things were going to be closing down and we knew that there was still going to be places that required, the same fundraising, even though they weren't able to hold their events that they traditionally had to raise money, we put a call out on social media saying that we had this pool of money that we spend every year on supporting the community. And since we weren't going to be able, a lot of the events that we traditionally sponsor, whether it was a curling bond spiel or a soccer tournament, or maybe it was a gala of some sort, or maybe it was a mental health piece, whatever it was, we still had that pool of money and we still wanted to spend it locally. Despite the fact that we weren't going to be able to be part of the events that we normally were part of. So we put that call out early on social media, asking our customers, our friends, our community to give us ideas or bring forth any gaps that they saw in funding, or any gaps that they felt were in the community where people needed some support to continue on with the service they needed to provide. And we got a lot of feedback, and we reached out and did support. Like sometimes it was something simple as providing boxes for, I know we provided like these little jewelry boxes for one of the schools, one of the local surrounding schools that needed them to send the tassels out to their graduates that weren't going to be able to get them in person. Just little things like that, all the way up to the radiothon that we sponsor every year with the Dr. Noble Irwin Foundation. So we still wanted to give that like money that we had budgeted to give to the community, even though we knew it was going to be tricky to find the same opportunities to give away the money that we like to give away every year. So that's one of the really great things that we did. And shopping locally is something that we also encourage our staff to do, and ourselves. Like I purchased almost every single thing locally for Christmas this year. I've always been a local shopper. I believe in sponsoring small businesses, and you just really can't beat the things that you can find, the unique finds and treasures, and even the service. Like going into, I mean, our downtown is such a gem of a community, and you go into those businesses and it's like you're talking to your friend, because we're all in business together and we all like really work hard in this community to support each other. And it's such a like a heartwarming thing to be able to support them at the same time being like the needs that you have met. So I don't know, for myself, I've always been that kind of a shopper, like a local shopper, and it's just been something that we really like started to talk about to our staff, even to say like, whenever you can this year, shop local. We want these businesses to be around for like decades to come. And right now is when they really need us more than ever. So, I mean, that's the things that we've done, not just making sure that like we're continuing to do our part, but making sure that our staff is also invested in sponsoring the community and supporting the community that we know supports us and allows us to continue to do our good work every day.
That's wonderful. Um, as we wrap things up here, is there anything else you wanted to add today?
I mean, I guess the thing that I would like people to know is that we're here to support the community. And if there is a need or a gap that you recognize, please bring it forth to us. We're willing to consider everything and anything. Uh, I know most people that are involved in any type of a giving activity know that like giving is two gifts, one for the person that gets the gift and one for the person that gives the gift. So it's such a heartwarming thing to be able to give back. And even our ladies night this year, we had to adapt it to be like really safe. We let minimal people in the store for a really small amount of time, but through that we were still able to collect quite a bit of money for the Salvation Army, because we always donate all of our ticket sales to the Salvation Army for their Christmas hampers every year. And so I would just say, like, if anybody has or knows a gap that's out there, don't hesitate to bring it forth to us. We're willing. We love doing those things, and our staff really loves doing it too. And the saddest part was that we really like giving the gift of time, not just the gift of money. So we like to like volunteer and be part of those initiatives. And so that was tricky this year, because I know that that's something that fills people up a lot. And it's always just like brings our team together as well. And so keep bringing those initiatives forward. If you hear of somebody that needs something, we're here. If you have questions about COVID, or you're not sure about the information that's out there, you're wanting to know when you're going to be able to get a vaccine, or just anything about public health measures in general, you have access to our pharmacists a lot of the hours of a day. You can call us anytime. We love to talk to the community. We love giving that support out there. And then last but not least is just give yourself some grace. Don't hold yourself to the same standards you've held yourself to every other year. It's a big thing that we survive the chaos and the threat and the stress and just the whole challenge that it brought to us. But I feel like we've come so far in such a short time that it should be such a inspiring thing to humanity that we're able to change that quickly and adapt that quickly, and still look for the good in things, and like really focus on the great that awaits for us, and not the hard pieces of this year. So yeah, that's basically our message here. We feel the warmth from the community, and we're really grateful for everything that the community does for us as well.
Thank you so much, Janaea, for taking the time to chat with me today. I also want to thank everyone who's watching for tuning in. Continue to follow the City of Swift Current and the Swift Current and District Chamber of Commerce on social media for more Talk Local Zoomcasts.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy New Year. And don't forget to come down and see me on Christmas Day. I'll be here wearing something sparkly.